Morning, it's Johnny Boy. We're back on the project. Look at this, there we are. We're sort of bringing it to a conclusion, hopefully. Not today, in the next couple of days we're going to get a little bit closer. But if you enjoy this video, just give it a like and press the notification button. But don't forget, subscribe. Well, we're back. Site's looking nice and clean and tidy and organised. Skip's got to go today. But this is where we are today. Just got to say big thank you to everyone for all your kind comments. And yeah, I'll have to start showing a little bit more. Lee, I'll show me doing the stonework this morning. We got those 2 pillars to come up this morning. It's looking good. Let's just hope our client likes it. There we are. We've got building sand. We've got some sharp sand. We ain't using that. That's just the rubble and bits and pieces. And we've got Portland cement and lime. We bring the lime together because we put the lime in the mix because the lime just it's a little bit more unforgiving. It's not so hard in the mortar, and obviously having a little bit of sharp gives it a little bit more strength in the stonework, simply because you get a lot bigger joint and you want some integrity in your mortar. So putting the gritty part in just gives it a bit of strength. Well, the other thing that we haven't done, we haven't put any water in there whatsoever, so the water's just going to make it a lot weaker. There's already enough moisture in the sand. Well, this is where starting off this morning. This is where it was left on the weekend. Not bad. As I said, we put a bit of lime in just to soften it up and brings the body of the mortar together. Because otherwise, if it was just sand and cement and a bit of sharp, it just look a bit gritty. So what the lime does, just gives it a little bit more softness. So we've got to come up here on that one and on that one. Let's crack on. There we go. Just show you we're putting plenty of wall ties in, and we'll fill it with a mix. There's the first 2 stones on. Ben, hi. No, that is absolutely brilliant service when you say you can weigh that pack of blocks that we've got on here now. Yep. You can tell. Yep. So there's no reason really for guys coming in going overweight, really, is there? No. Right, so basically we've got a pack of blocks that is a little bit damp on the top because you have to consider the weight when it's wet. Yeah. And so with that on now, what have we got?
That's 1.27 tons.
So 1.27 ton. I've got a pressure washer on the back and a few tools, so I'm not going to be. I think I can get 1.6 on there. Is my net weight, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy days.
So we're good to go. So can I have the pack of blocks now?
Awesome. Not a problem.
Can I have a pack of blocks then?
No.
I suppose. Sorry about that. Just scratch my nose. I suppose that you've got to make sure that you know what weight that you're actually putting on, because the last thing you want to do, you have a legal responsibility, if not a moral obligation, to make sure that you've got the right amount of weight on the back and not overload, because it's against the law. No, I got to say, I have a joke and laugh when I come into juicings, and I did that recent. Sorry about my hand there. I did that recent vlog about the Nationals, and I still stand by that. A lot of them think they're entitled to your money, and here we go. This is what happens. I've got to get going, and it's disgusting how a lot of these multinationals treat their trade. But as far as some of the lads go across the country in these yards, they represent these companies, and I've always had down here, the guys down here in the yard have always been absolutely perfect, and over the counter, to be fair, like, you know. So I've got to say, but there's just that policy they have about how they engage with the end user is just a poor show, and it is. So I got to get back and start laying some blocks. You going, are you?
Yep.
This is for Lee. This is Lee. I do the work. Just let you. Oh, that's a good start. Leave that. We'll leave that in. So it's all real. It's all happening. So we look at that now. So what we're doing, Lee, is we're doing this block work, but what we've got, we're using a bit of sharp sand in here. Here he is. Show our customer how lovely he is. Oh, Russ. This is Russ.
Did I hear somebody want to see him doing more work?
Yeah.
And we would as well.
That's brilliant. So, there you go. He's putting me off my stroke now. So you can actually watch me do this work. Look, the reason we've got like a sharp sand in here is because we're using some of the, not all sharp, some soft building sand as well. We're using that for the stonework as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
If you can back me up now.
Yeah, no, we are.
It's all going good now. We've got young Ryan helping us here as well. Saves my back. So put that on there. And it doesn't have to be absolutely fantastic because simply that it's all going to be rendered as well. So it's absolutely fine. Just cut off as we go now, right on here. So Lee, this is for you, mate. I do the work as well. There you are, and I'm rushing now because you've got me on film. Last block, that's enough for you, Lee. You still filming?
Yeah.
Stop. This is for you, Lee, now, mate. Just put that block on there, and it's just a little bit lower than that, so by the time I put some more muck on there, it's going to be at the correct height. And what we're doing, if you look at it now, we're actually tying into the pillar there. Like I said, it doesn't matter so much about the block work because this is all going to be rendered as well, like, you know. We're just trying to get it down because the weather's not great at the moment. Come and have a look at this. This is for our Lee. Look, Lee, this is a Lee mix, and there you are. I've exposed the tie in there. Now that's where, and there's another one. Should be another one over here. Is it? It is. There it is. There. Look. You can see there's a tie down there as well, and it's just tying it all in. And if you look at this now, nice, not overly rich Lee mix. The Lee mix is not meant to be that strong, but you can see it's coming up. You just got to be careful when you're compacting this as you go. Get your hand in there. Got a glove on. Get down in order. We could do with one more, mate. One more. And just fill that up there. And what I'll probably do then, now again, is I'll put another. Really, when you're putting ties in, you want to put them in the bed as you go. But if you look at this, we haven't done that because it's like we're not working with brickwork. So we're just putting the ties in there. We need another couple. Is there any more just there? I'll get it.
They're just behind.
So what we'll do is we'll put 4 ties in here. There we go. Just thank you. Oh, nice mixed, nicely mixed. There you are. And just sort of pack it in, nice and quietly, as they say. It's a strange word to use, isn't it? Yeah. So there you are. As that goes off, so we'll leave that now. We've brought that up from back from there this morning, so we should be up the rest of the day. I think we've got enough to finish that one, but I think if we go higher, we're gonna have to get a little bit more stuff. Yeah. Well, not necessarily a mistake, but what you want to be using now and again is like a jumper block and tie it in, go in, up, and you know, don't have a flat joint all the way around like I've got on this point. I've got a jumper block in places, but the thing is, you only can work sometimes with a stone that you've got. So I'm not making excuses.
In case anyone doesn't know, John, what is the jumper block?
Well, the jumper block is just a jumper block. It's going to take you up in height, so that would be regarded as a jumper block. Look at that. And the thing is, you've got to have the quantity of stone to be able to pick from. And the thing is, I was always told by a lot of dry stone walls, which is different to this, like, is when you're picking a block up or stone up, try and use it. That's the thing. You're only bending down twice. So this would be, so you could put that with a bit of dressing. Put that like that, and that'll just get you a little bit of height. But remember, is that you've got to remember is they all say strength in length. So if you think of that, if we put that on there now, that's the length going that way. So that's where the strength is, because it's tying it all in. You're not putting thin ones up, and that's what you don't want to be doing, is putting thin ones up. The wider the wall as you come up, the better it is. So you notice just on there, they were on a bit, not on an upright, but you can see it's nice thick stone. But now I've got width here, okay, which is going to stagger over. So in fact, I think I might leave that there. I'll have a look in a minute and have a look. The beauty about this is when this starts to go off, you know, you have to let the muck go off a little bit before you start putting this heavy dense stone in, and it gives you chances to come back and have a look and just think, is that the stone that you want to do? So maybe I could put like a jumper stone on there now, like for instance there. So I could go, I could put that in there like that, you see. So I've got a bond here as well then, and then I come over on the next bit. So just like brickwork really, just staggering the joints. You are, Lee, just showing you. So just the muck is a little bit better now on this one. The other one was just probably too much sharp in it, but this will definitely hold it together. We've got to, it looks as if I'm slapping these down, and I am, because we've got to get them up, because we don't know what the weather's going to be doing tomorrow, and the trouble is you don't be putting blockwork down in the wet because it's not good at all. So we're trying to get them. Remember that all this is going to be rendered. It's going to be Taroline, maybe a smooth finish on the inside. Thank you, Roy. When you want something, you can't find it. Oh, look at that. Bang on. Nearly. Well, I'm sat here now. It's 1:35, and as you can see, blockwork's starting to come up. And the stonework. But you can see on that side where the blocks, we've dry laid 3 out, so we've got to go up that height, extra, plus some stone as well. It's got to go above that. See, they look like pillars. So what are you checking out then, right?
The weather.
So what's wrong with the weather?
For me, it's too hot. Yeah, I know most people love the heat, but I hate it.
Yeah? Why? Is it because you're fair skinned?
Well, it's that. I just don't like it, to be honest.
You've been into some hot places, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been to
Not,
some
I mean sexually, like, I mean like temperature wise.
Yeah, I've been to some very hot places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer the cold. I take it out all day, any day, really, to be honest.
It's hard in it, in the heat, isn't it? What about with the rain?
Don't mind the rain.
But when you're landscaping in the rain, that can be a pain, can't it?
Anything can be a pain in the rain, but, you know, you have to get on
Did
with
you say pain in the rain? You said something else then for a moment.
On.
Oh, right. I was just saying we got a few lumps on this because we've had to move the sand around, and we've had 3 cars next to each other, 3 cars for different types of things that we were using, but it is what it is. But we just put a little bit of water with it, can't we? We have on here, we have put more ties in all the way up, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Yeah, we have. So we'll put a few more as well. So. What I'm doing here, I'm tying. We have to break that off a little bit. We have the lump hammer. So important that you tie this blockwork into your stonework, you know, and just it keeps it all together, all supports each other. So. I think the thing on here, one of the things, the problems we had, it was okay on this part because we wanted the pillar near to where the garage is coming, so that's lined in with the edge of the garage. But on that side over there, we've had to follow the circumference, or the radius rather, of the wall, and so it's not necessarily right angles to the orangery, which is a bit frustrating, but the client's happy, that's the thing. Pretty good, to be fair. They seem pretty sort of humble guys.
Yeah.
And they have loads of views. Well, we're just talking about top tips, and older Ryan, Irish Ryan, was just telling us that when he went on a date, he actually didn't realise he'd broke his fingers that day, and first date with a girl, he had to get her to button his trousers up after he went to the toilet. That went down well then, didn't it?
Yeah.
Was she embarrassed?
She laughed about it, but it went down so well we never got a second date.
Should we do more of those stories? We're still getting lots and lots of stone in the mortar, which is not good. You can't blame it on the labourer. Don't fill that bit. Right, if you look down on here now, you can see we're tied in to this pillar. Okay, we staggered it as we're coming out, so we're tying the blockwork in with the stone. But as you can see, we've got wall ties here as well, holding this stone and holding this stone. There we are. Just take it over there. Okay, holding that stone in place, and then we'll push this one across when we get some muck on there. But what the other thing we're doing is this is a lean mix. Okay, it's just all in with a bit of cement. Okay, semi-dry, and then it's not too much water in it. It'll go off nice and strong, but what it will do, it will ensure that the moisture doesn't carry extra weight, which will push the stone up, or push the stone over, I should say. Just push it down a little bit. Gotta go careful. A little bit more in there now. You can see the colour of it. There we are. as you can see, that we've got the ties, the wall ties coming from there, but the blockwork's actually tied into the pillar, so we staggered it up. We've tied in there with the stonework, and then we've gone over the top with the blockwork from each side, so it's tying it all together. And of course, we got loads of stainless steel wall ties in there holding the stone together. And what we'll probably do, if Ryan wants to give me a tie, I'll show you now, and I'll explain to you, is that it doesn't hurt. Just gonna give me another one, please, bud. And then if we look at this now, you get that, give me that one, thanks mate. Cheers, put that on there. If you look at this now, I've got one coming across here, but I want to put one in here now to keep that stone, okay? Because we're running out of stone now, and it's not the best choice on an end to actually have, really. You probably want a wider stone. So there you are, look, we're putting that tie in there, and that's going to hold that stone together on there. They're good, these are okay, but in retrospect you'd probably want a bigger stone on there, but we haven't got them yet at the moment. So, but it's coming together, looks good from there. Well, there you are. The two inner pillars appear to look a little bit smaller in width in comparison to that end one and that end one, and the reason for that is because it's the radius. As you come round, when you go square on the outside, it becomes slimmer on the inside, if that makes sense.